And whoever wants to check this out at a later time can totally do that. So I'm going to be editing this stream before. Um, Actually, it's going to be live right away, but I'm going to shorten it up. So this is going to be our new start point. I'm going to restart. Technically, I'm not going to stop the stream or anything. But how's it going, guys? It's Jamie here, and it's Monday, September 16th. It's the 16th, I believe. Yeah, Monday, September 16th. My computer tells me right there. I should have probably just looked. Um, but yeah, got some stuff in the mail today. Some stuff I've been waiting for a while. There's one guitar I've been chasing, and I finally got it. There's another one that I bought that's really cool. If you're on Instagram and you follow Prince of Pentatonic on Instagram, that's me. Only I look more like this, and on that page, that's me. That was from like 2 years ago, though. It's really cool. A fan took all these pictures and then printed them off in these nice. It's like 2 feet long by maybe 14 inches. These are high gloss and really nice. So I gotta frame those or do something. I don't know. Like I did a lot of developing over the past 2 years, so I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna hold on to those for sure, though. Make sure they don't get all crinkled up. Um, Got Robbie Timms. Sup, man? How you doing, Robbie? Darren says I'm gonna try to load it. My date resets at midnight. Yeah, so Darren uses like I don't know. He probably has a prepaid card for his phone or something, some old technology for his Nokia cell phone. He's like, I don't get any service. I can't download a picture on Facebook Messenger. But yeah, my buddy Darren Moore, I wanted to show him this guitar because he has a twin to this guitar, and I set it up. I put the EMGs in it, and it rips, and I was jealous. So we're gonna go into it. So you guys know that, or you probably don't know, but I do like Jackson guitars too. This is my second. This isn't the new one, by the way. This is just a guitar I bought because of nostalgia. I played it a little bit on stage, but it's probably only been to about maybe 4 or 5 shows with me. It doesn't really leave the house. Doesn't ever really get played either. So this is probably a 2006, 2007 Jackson DK2M Pro. These were made in Japan. Put a Rising Sun sticker on the back to indicate that. They're great guitars. Jackson, it's the low profile style Floyd Rose. So it's a licensed tremolo, but it's really good. And then you have a three-way switch on this one, and then tone and a volume. It came stock with Seymour Duncan, like a JB and a 59. That's what these guitars came with. And the neck profile is awesome. This is my second red one. My first one was lost in a house fire. Well, the body was destroyed. The neck was fine. It was in another room and only had really just water damage. So the paint cracked all up. And the neck was fine. So the neck ended up going on this guitar. This is my, it's so dirty. My pink Jackson DX10D, which originally had rosewood and a reverse headstock on it. But this is the original neck from my original red Jackson DK2M. And you can see it got some love. Maybe. I'm going to flip over to OBS so I can see this in real time. It's all sort of wore out. Just where I played it. You can see that big brown stripe on the side. That's all kind of bare wood. And this wasn't sanded or anything, and it wasn't from the fire. But yeah, I converted this guitar over to have this maple because I think it looks way classier. And then I have the Job Tone. These are Hornets currently in there. And I really didn't change anything else about this guitar, but the jack went out on it. And then I put in Floyd Rose push-in style tremolo arm for the flutters. And it's been really cool. This one also has a three-way switch. Typical Jackson stuff. No scallops like the DK2M has. But all in all, it's a really killer guitar. It's this send nudes on the back. And then on this side it says, it's way too bright. It says, "You're it, baby." Um, but yeah, just another guitar that doesn't really get taken out too often. And then, where I was going with this. So I wanted to show you those. To show you this. Oh, sorry. Some Rockstar underwear on there. Get rid of that. This is my Jackson DK2M. I think that's all they call it. Made in Mexico, I believe. There were only, I think, 125 or 150 of these guitars made. And this is like the newer model. It did come used. It was used by with the hard case, DiMarzio clip locks, DiMarzio Deactivator X humbuckers with a 5-way switch, which I don't know if that's stock or not because I didn't have this guitar when it was stock, but I'm assuming it was based off of what I'm going to show you next. Tone and a volume pot, Floyd Rose FRT 1000, and I have some Floyd Rose upgrades on there, as well as the Floyd Rose push-in arm. And yeah, this is a great guitar, and I've been taking it out. This one says Doomy on the back, and it has Bowser from Mario Bros. There's one of these used on Reverb right now and eBay, and it's going for $13.50. I did not pay that for this guitar, but it's in really good condition. It had a vegan sticker on here when I got it, so I took that off because I'm not a vegan. But hey, if you are, that's cool. I'm just not, so I don't want a vegan sticker on my guitar. I put sexual stuff on my guitars because it's fun. See if we have any comments. Nope. No, we don't. You guys need to participate, man. It says 7 people are watching now. I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe my stream's just slow, you guys think? Weird. Okay, live chat. Okay, that's what I had to do. It's still just 2 comments, but I'm going to keep going because this video will be condensed and thrown up. So I got that Charvel, and I was like, really not feeling it. It had a big ding in the back, and the case had a hole in it and stuff. I couldn't set up the action the way I wanted to. I was going to have to shim the saddles or the nut or something stupid. And I ended up getting this. So this is a guitar I saw at Winter NAMM this year when I was out in Anaheim. And there were 2 Jacksons that really caught my eye. There was the Jackson SLX and Crackle, which I have a green SLX. That was one of the first guitars I took to Punta Cana my first year. So I took my purple Kramer, and then I took the Jackson SLX. And it was a really good guitar. I still have it. It's in a case somewhere. But it needs some love. Like, the back is just destroyed with sandpaper, and I was going to use it for a project and I never finished it. I could probably just buff it right back out. It'd be fine, or just never do that at all and then just keep playing it the way it is. But I wanted something like my Jackson Tiger back here, and I knew how much I loved that guitar, and I didn't want to keep the Charvel because, like I said, I couldn't set it up the way I wanted to, and the input jack was in a really weird location on it. It wasn't on the side like this. It had like an angled cutaway back here and a Stratocaster style input jack, or output jack, I should say. So, I don't know, wasn't feeling it. I knew I liked that guitar, so I wanted to get something kind of flashy that pairs well with it. I got this Jackson DK2 and Rocket Red, and it comes stock with a Seymour Duncan JB, and I believe it's a Jazzer 59, I want to say. And then this one does have a rosewood fingerboard on it. Rosewood or something. Maybe it's not rosewood. It probably isn't because of CITES, but yeah, same stuff. 5-way switch, tone, volume knob, And then I threw on one of the push-in arms. It has a gold collar on it right now because that's all I had laying around. But I played it for the first time last Saturday, and I did really well. It's a good guitar. I unboxed it on lunchtime in my van. It did come with strap locks, so the Dunlop style strap buttons, the push-in kind. But I like the kind that kind of does this. So this is a Schaller S-Lock system. The strap is massive, by the way. That's why I don't use it. And it's just super easy to operate. That doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, it's like a little cradle. I mean, in terms of physics, it just makes more sense. And I've never had one of these fail on me either. So if you want a strap lock system, go to your local guitar store and get the Schaller S-Lock system. Looks like this. Yep, that's the one you want. Best one on the market. Really nothing else to say about this other than it's a good guitar. I don't know. I'm going to keep taking it out and playing it. It's flashy. It's really bright, as you can see. It looks kind of orange in person, like a neon orange, but they call it rocket red. And then I put a big phone number on the back, which I'm going to make sure that it's hard to see that for you. It's not my phone number. All right. And then, because things get lost and broken all the time in our trailer that we use for hauling equipment, I had to pick up a second Dunlop pick holder for your microphone stand. So this is really neat because what you can do... Oh, I wish things weren't in the way right now, but pretend your mic stand is in front of you. You just kind of clip it onto the post, and then you can stick your picks in there like that. And then you can just line up maybe like 7 or 8 of them, and then you can quickly grab them off your stand instead of having to run back to your amplifier or somewhere that you keep your picks. You just have them right by your mic stand. So this was like an $8 purchase. You can pick it up at Guitar Center. It's a really handy tool if you perform live. And then I was curious as to how close this 5-way switch compared to like a CRL Oak Grigsby or something, a 5-way switch. This one does not have a spring on it, but this is the Fender genuine part. Yeah, this is a Fender genuine part. And it looks super close to the 5-way switch that you can buy on eBay or StewMac or anything like that. It's same construction, really. So I'm going to replace something with a 5-way switch because I don't really like 3-way switches. Kind of limits your tonal options when you use 2 humbuckers that have 4 conductors on it. I like to have that. The second and the fourth position, get that nice fat strat tone out of 2 humbuckers. So, Robbie Timms. My Dean VMNT came with a recessed Dunlop strap blocks, but I hate it because I can't swap them for the Schallers without modification. Well, I'll tell you exactly what I do. So, I have a Dremel, right? So, if you're installing a strap button onto the body of your guitar, a painted guitar, anything with clear coat on it, if the screw's bigger than the hole, that is absolutely going to chip the finish around the strap button. So what I do is I take a Dremel. I take a Dremel. And here's my Dremel right here. And I have a very small bit on there. And I did this Friday night after rehearsal. And you turn it on a pretty good speed. Like I turned mine on halfway. I'm not sure how many RPMs my Dremel is, but it's just a cheap Dremel. and then you go around and knock off some of that paint with a sanding bit, and you make it big enough. You don't go all the way into the strap buttonhole and do it. You don't go all the way into the body into the body of the guitar. You just kind of take off some of the paint, just enough so when you stick that screw in to the body, you can see that the threads are going to clear the paint, and then you can go ahead and torque them down. So yeah, by all means, I can even show you how to do it. It's super easy. I do it on all my guitars. Like Darren Moore has a lot of EVH guitars, and he told me the other day, he's like, I kind of regret installing all of those eye hooks, like the dog leash clips, into the EVH guitars like Eddie Van Halen has, because now, like, a lot of my more expensive guitars that I did that to, because, you know, Eddie Van Halen, and he's an EVH guy, they sell the kit, so you buy the kit and you put it on your guitar, and every single time it chips your paint. In hindsight, what he could have done is that Dremel trick and just kind of taken off some of the paint enough to clear the threads, and then you can just torque that bolt down. And unless you over tighten, and you'll know, unless you over tighten, you'll be clear from chipping any of your paint away. So, life hack: even if you have a small file or anything that can knock off some of the paint without chipping it, I would definitely recommend that. I'm trying to see. Yeah, kind of a bit like this, but thinner. Like that would be too big, of course, because this is way bigger than the strap buttonhole. But yeah, pro tip for you. Reach out to me on Facebook or something if you want me to show you what I actually use. Oh, speaking of which, I did have a delivery today. Something else, because I do like him so much. I bought these in some gold hardware for that Charvel, because I bought it at the same time as I bought the Charvel. The Schaller strap lock buttons, so you don't need to buy the full S-Lock kit anymore. You can just buy the buttons by themselves. And I'm going to show you the difference here between the new style Schaller strap buttons and the old style. There's a big difference. So the old style, I just keep them in here. The old style button, see it? The screw was separate from the button, and they typically came with two different sizes so that you could avoid chipping your paint. This is all well and good, but if you look at the difference between these two, you get a bigger screw, it's a little bit longer, and the threads are way meatier. All right, Robbie actually messaged me. Let me see it. Oh, you got those stupid things? Oh, that sucks. See, I've seen guitars that have those, but I've never owned one. Yeah, check this out, guys. So Robbie just sent me this. I like the paint on that, though. Be honest, Robbie. Yeah, it's just this little hole, and you have a peg that goes into there. How strange. It's nice because it's low profile on your guitar. You don't always have a button sticking out of the back, but man, I try to find a way to take that out. Maybe put a wood dowel in there, drill it out. Not the paint, but you drill out the dowel that you super glue in there, and then like if the hole's big, it looks like the hole would be kind of big after removing that. But I don't even know how you'd remove that. Most people would probably just drill a new hole, I'd assume. But yeah, so this one has a fixed screw, so you get one size. So the button and the screw, like I can't push this screw out of this button. It's fixed. And the other difference is, instead of a Phillips screw head, you have an Allen key, which is the same size as your nut on a Floyd Rose or your bridge posts if you have the Allen style. Some of the older Floyd Roses have the normal screw head, like the I don't know, they call it's Phillips, and then the straight one, normal screw. That's what I always called it. Hand me a normal screwdriver out of the toolbox. So there's the difference. And then the part that goes on your strap is totally upgraded too. So the post on this is way meatier, like more meat, more girth. The post that locks into the button is way bigger, and it has a little ramp on it, so you can literally just slide it onto your button without having to pull this out at the same time. And the other cool thing about it is it has this, instead of a washer and a nut, you have this big threaded collar that goes, so it's just a 3-part system really. You have the part that screws in your guitar, and then you have this part for your strap. So you just really tweak that, you torque it down, then you take something really thin. Will the screwdriver work? Please? It's too thick, but you take something thin and metal, maybe an Allen key, like a really small one, and there's a hole, and it goes all the way through, and you can torque it down onto your strap. And then there's a set screw in the side here, which will, when you tighten it, it will lock this in place, and this cannot unscrew and loosen up on you. So not only can you really torque it down like crazy, but there's also a set screw that will stop this from backing out. So it's really a locking system. It's the best one on the market. You can buy one of these kits between, I think, $24 and $27, depending on the finish that you get. And then from there, you can go on Reverb and buy the buttons themselves now in every color. So you save a lot of money there, and you're not just ending up with a bunch of these that you won't use. I mean, unless you have a bunch of straps, it'll be useful. But yeah, so the more you know there. Check the comments. Ah, Tessie Switch, still alive. Yes, I am, man. Yeah, I'll probably try to dowel. Robbie Tim says, yeah, I'll probably try to dowel it. Have some maple dowel rods. That should work. Yeah, that would totally work. Just make sure you glue them in there, let it sit there for a few days, and have at it. You probably have a drill press or have access to one. I've seen you're pretty handy, dude. There's the top. Okay. In other news, before we continue on, the weirdest thing happened. I was on my way home from Detroit yesterday, and I've been collecting records like crazy, like mad. It's a cool hobby. It's not too expensive to get into, and there's a lot of really cool gems. You can frame it. It's art. It's just really cool to go around all these different record shops and thumb through the records. It's a different experience, and then listening to a record is a different experience in itself. I mean, I love streaming music. I do it all the time, every day. But when I get home, I kind of just want to throw one of these on and let it play while I'm doing other stuff, rather than going back to my phone and skipping through it, or saying, "Hey Alexa, can you just freaking pause it and stuff?" Like, life's not that short, man. Life is short. It's not that short where you can't walk 5 feet to the other side of the room and flip the record over. So I love the Cars. Not like love, but Elliot Easton's Kramer. I loved that guitar. It has a really neat guitar. If you've ever seen it, it's like a 22 fret maple board. They came in cool colors, like a light baby blue. I think I've seen a yellow one, and it has like a stratish kind of pickguard that cuts off, and it's just a really cool guitar. So Elliot, I've always liked his playing. It's very simple but effective. I like new wave. So I finally found the Cars. This is Heartbeat City. And when I got home later that afternoon, I saw that Rick, the singer from the Cars, had passed away. And I think his home in New York, or summer home or something like that. So that's just a weird occurrence. I've been looking for this very album my first Cars album, and then that happened. So, and then Eddie Money the other day too, which we've known about that for a little while now, a few days. And then he had the stage 4 cancer thing, I believe. So yeah, definitely go see live music if you can. See some of these bands that are on their way out, because you don't know when you're going to be able to see them ever again. Other pickups. We got The Warrior, Scandal. I love this album cover, her makeup, but I also love the song, The Warrior, so much. Had to get this one. Finally found it. It was cheap enough, $4.25. And I get to play with her in like 45 days in Punta Cana, so I'm really excited to hopefully get to meet her, because that would be awesome. Styx, Paradise Theater. This one has some really good songs. This might be a compilation album, but Too Much Time on My Hands. We have... There was another good one on here. The Best of Times. And then the other ones I don't really know, to be honest. But I do like Styx. I've seen them in concert a few times. So there's that. I also picked up the Miami Vice soundtrack because it was super cheap. And plus, I love the aesthetic. This one does have Phil Collins on there. And Grandmaster Melly Mel when he split. Didn't Melly Mel split from the Furious 5? Probably like some money or drug feud. Yes, I like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. The message is awesome. Got Patty again. This one... I don't think I've really heard anything on this album, to be honest. This is, I think, 1987. Columbia Records, 1987, yeah. So, I feel like I should have probably heard that by now, but... and then I've had these, I just haven't shown them off. Van Halen, 1984. It's in really good condition. Had to get Diver Down, because I freaking love my Kramer Diver Down guitar, my 5150. Or 1984, 5150. I'm holding 5150, that's why I said that. My 1984 Kramer. Yeah, then I got this one too, which this is a great album with Sammy Hagar on it. I love both eras of Van Halen, by the way, so don't shoot me. And I think, yeah, that's about it. I did pick this up, Iron Eagle, along with a movie poster from the 80s. And this one has Queen... What is that song? One Vision. And then it has Helix, which is a Canadian band, I believe. And then there's another good one on here. Oh, it's by King Cobra, Iron Eagle, Never Say Die. And that's a good song. That sold me on this record. This was like... I think he gave me a package deal for like $30 for the poster and this album. So I was like, yeah. Poster's massive. I hung it up. Looks cool. All right. Comments. I'm going to take a drink of lemonade, and then we're going to show off that second guitar, huh? All right. We got Rob Welch, Tessie Switch in the house. Give him some love. Buy some kill switches for your guitar. He also carries other stuff like freaking pedals. He's a Keeley dealer. You can buy your Keeley pedals from him. And then he also, I believe he still carries the Gervana pedals, which are made in China, and they're really cool. Some really cool features. Some of them have like impulse responses built in, cab simulations and stuff. Terry, what's up, Terry? 50, yeah, I know you love 5150. They were the perfect marriage between guitar solos and new wave. They really were. It was like rock meets new wave. And yeah. Huge fan of all that stuff, so I'm gonna listen to more Cars for sure. There's a lot of stuff I need to explore in their catalog. They go pretty far back, but I just need the time to do it. I've been listening to like synthwave and 80s style VHS music like mad. I'm going to make sure this is still going because I have the spinny wheel of death. I hope this is still going. Be really mad if it's not. It is. All right, in that case, what we're going to do, we're going to take a sip of lemonade. This stuff is amazing. Get it. It's so good. Oh, it's sour. It's almost sour. We got one more thing. So I want to shout out Chad Boston, Gear by Seba. He runs the Helix Family Group something. I'm a moderator over there. Come say hi if you own a Helix, if you want to get a Helix. Any of those products, and we'd love to help you out. If you have any questions about how you can run the thing or how you should run the thing, or what kind of amps it has in there, how other people use it. People use it in all sorts of crazy different ways. Use it to sequence your entire performance where it's changing lights for you and all your different scenes and stuff. It has MIDI. You can do all of that. So if you have like Ableton and stuff, you can really program your show and just operate it with your Helix, or run it off a laptop, and your laptop controls all of your patch changes, your delay trails, the level of your guitar, whether your amp is clean or dirty. You can make it talk to your amplifier and change your channels all from a laptop, pre-programmed if you want. It's insane. It's a really cool product, but you guys know I love the Helix. I've been using it for a while. Well, that group just hit 24,000 members, okay? And they were doing a giveaway. So they gave away a Line 6 G10S wireless guitar system, some skins. They gave away some Helix Native, which is the plug-in software version of Helix. So it has all the same amp models and stuff. And you can go crazy with that. I know that there's some guys that have really powerful computers, and they'll pull up like 10 instances of that plug-in and just go nuts with it. I don't even know why you would do that. I don't have a DAW. I just plug into an amp, but it's really cool. It's like valued, I think right now $99 if you have like a key. Like if you purchase the hardware. But yeah, I won something. Actually, I won two things during that live stream, and they were both skins. So let's see what we got here. I guess it's supposed to be a really special skin that's not offered, because Gear by Seba, they make really neat products for your Helix or Kemper. I'll show you some. This is my fly rig. It's currently a work in progress. Everything is wired up on the top level except for the bottom level. So I bought, let's see here, this cable here. That's a TRS to mono Y cable, and I cut it up. I bought it from Guitar Center and cut it up so I can put the square plug SP400 connectors to run these two pedals in a loop on this. Everything's backwards and mirrored. It looks really weird. So the other side of this goes to one of these. I forget which. But yeah, that's what that does. And then I can run this whole board 4-cable method, and then also turn these on and off without having to press them. So I can take them in and out of the loop remotely from this thing by programming these as a block. So you just bypass the block when you don't want to use these. And then what else? Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this. So this skin and these toppers are made by Chad Boston, gearbyseba.com, and the screen protector too. It's nice and sparkly. So yeah, he sent that stuff to me for a really good deal. So thank you. But he was like, dude, I got to send you something else. You won twice and you don't even have one of the products that you won. So I'm going to send you some other stuff. Oh my God. This looks like a Marshall Plexi on the front, dude. Woo! So there's a Stomp skin. And it's a brushed gold. This looks like a Friedman or something. That is super classy, man. Then we have a few more, too. Just dropping stuff left and right. Oh, sick. This one is for the Helix rack, which I have. It's in my live rig. But I also have a Helix control. Chad knows this about me. So he was like, I'm just going to freaking hook you up with everything in the world. And he sent that to me too. Which that's super classy. Dude, I am pumped. And he's not selling these either. So it was just, if you won, you get it. And I think he gave away like maybe 4 or 5 of these. Maybe. Or 3. Something. So I'm one of the guys that has a limited edition gold skin for like 3 of my products though. So if you haven't, go to the Line 6 page, sign up if you're interested in those products. And then if you get one of those or already have one of those, or if you just have some pedals and you want to buy some of those pedal toppers because it makes your life a lot easier when you're going to press your foot switches and stuff. It's a bigger surface area. It's very similar to the barefoot buttons, only cheaper, and they're more effective because if you use a Helix, you know that when you just touch the button, it sends like it's like a touch capacitance thing. So it'll call up menus and stuff. He has a metal button on top of that topper, so you don't need to reach under with other products and fiddle around to try to just reach that button to even open those menus. So it's built in. There you go. You can buy those for any pedal you want if it has a similar switch, because there's like 2 styles of switches. So I could theoretically I could put one of those on my pussy melter because it's this style switch. This one is signed by Satchel, by the way. Number 18. Look these up on eBay right now. They're going for like serious money. Before we get to this other guitar, which we're moving on to next, I promise. I was asked to provide an update on this. So this is the Orange Lava Crackle FR404SN. Is this one an SN2? I don't know. Here's my main one that I play all the time. And then this is the one I found kind of locally. I was like, I have to have it. So I got it and put all the parts in there. Needs fretwork. So this one is on the back burner. Actually, I'm going to be gutting it for the pickups. Has 2 Job tones in there and it has an original Floyd Rose. I'm going to gut it for those parts, and they're going on this other guitar. Granted, it's also in good condition. If not, I'll just have the fretwork done on this and then play it. And then I'll have the fretwork done on that at a later date because I'm very particular about my fretwork, especially on a guitar that's about 15 years old. Like these are. These were made in like 2003, 2004, I want to say. Before that, maybe. I think some of these were already coming out in 2002, so maybe somebody can help me with the serial numbers at some point, but I really don't know the answer. Yeah, gonna gut this and keep this the way it is. Y'all ready for this? I'm freaking excited. I touched it for like 2 seconds. Rob needs help with snapshots. Okay, so tell me. Actually, you have my phone number. I can just walk you through it. I was going to say, just take an hour to write out your problems for me, and I'll try to answer the question. Rob, are you you're in the Helix group? Dude, just ask over there. We'll help you out. I'll personally help you out over there. And then you can be like, thanks for the help. Go buy my products. Seriously. You should actually, you are technically, if I read the rules right and I'm a moderator, you're allowed to kind of advertise via YouTube at least at the most once a week. Now it's a case by case situation. You know Chad Boston, you met him, and I think you met Chris too. We were all at NAMM together. So just ask, just be like, "Yo, can I tell people about my products once or twice?" You know, I think they'd be really cool with it. You're a nice guy. And happy birthday again, dude. It's Rob's birthday, so wish him a happy birthday. This guitar came with a case, soft case. The guy boxed it up really nice. I'm going to be that guy right now. Got a tremolo arm for a Floyd Rose. 3 Allen keys. Wow. You guys ready? Okay. I'm such a tease. I like legit can't get this out right now. I got a nuclear yellow. And it looks like trash on this camera. This is like highlighter yellow, dude. This is so bright. This is like Steve Vai gem bright. Like this. This isn't a gem. This is a 2XXV. But if you've seen one of these, this is the same color. And it's actually the same freaking color. I'm going to take the pickups out of this. This isn't actually wired up. I bought these pickups like 2 years ago. Brand new from DiMarzio. It's a Tone Zone. I had to go back on eBay and look it up. But it was a brand new F-spaced Tone Zone. And what's that called? Air Norton. So I'm going to take those out. I'm going to put those in here. Swap that original Floyd Rose onto this guitar. And then set it up. Should be good to go. I am freaking stoked on this guitar. It's in perfect condition as far as I'm concerned. Frets are a bit flat, but no divots or anything like that. The fretwear does look pretty consistent, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's probably a good chance that it's going to play great and not have dead spots, but I'm just kind of looking at it for the first time, so I don't know. Oh. Has a spot for a detuna, which I don't use. So you can just... And... push-pull for the coil tap. Yeah, it's so nice, man. I'm so stoked on this guitar right now. So I just got 2 insanely killer neon guitars within a week. Actually, I bought these 2 days within each other. I sold my Helix floor to pay off some debt from other guitar stuff, and then I got these. All right. Jesper and Robbie are like, "Oh damn!" Yeah, I know, man. I'm stoked. I'm so pumped right now. So this one's getting the full treatment. Got to put the stickers on it and all that stuff. But I'm most excited because now I have twins. I love this guitar more than anything. It was the replacement to my purple guitar that I played the mess out of and destroyed because I played it so much. And this one has done me a great service all year. So when the opportunity came up, it was a little bit more than what I wanted to pay, but the guy did give me a little bit of a discount on the guitar. Kind of told him some of my plans for the guitar, and he's like, dude, it's one of my favorite things I've ever owned. And he's like, I just want it to go to a good home. I was hoping nobody would buy it, and I was like, it's going to another good home. Like, I'm gonna definitely take care of it, like I do most of my guitars, except for that Jackson that just doesn't get any love, or that Ibanez that had pickups half-assed installed, and then I never did anything with it. So I'm a Kramer guy. What can I say? Except for that new Jackson over there. That one's pretty money. But yeah, hopefully you guys liked the little showcase today. And thanks for taking the time to tune in. I'm not going to really carry this out any longer. Kind of talked about the stuff I wanted to talk about. If one of my local friends wants a soft case, I'll give this to you. I have no use for it. Other than that, I think we're good. No other comments or whatever. All right. We got Robbie Timms. I still need to get a Kramer, thinking the Magenta Pacer would be a good addition. The sparkle one? Like the super sparkly one? That's a cool guitar. Dude, you should find one of these, though. A little while back, we came across a few of these factory seconds, and they were like perfect new condition box, really. But yeah, they had the second stamp on the back, and Motor City Guitar got a few of them in. I bought one, then returned it. Kramer gave me my price on it, and I was like, yeah. So I saved money, and then I ended up helping Marty from Motor City Guitar sell the last two, so he still made his money. I saved some money, and then yeah, we blew out the inventory on those. So this is a great guitar, man. I love it. Got a Floyd Rose block in there. Push and arm. You guys gotta try the push and arm. Go to floydrose.com, order one. It makes your life a lot easier because of the flutters, and it doesn't loosen up over time. It just stays where you want it to stay. And you can also loosen it up too, so it doesn't need to be that firm. But I like mine pretty firm. And then I put Guitar Heads has these clear pickup rings, so I bought a bunch of those a while back. And then they just look really good. Show off more of your finish. What else? I put a 3-way switchcraft switch on there. Yeah, it's a great guitar. If you can, shoot, man, I'll help you find one for a good deal if you want. You can usually find one between like $450 and $500. I don't know if that's used, but we can find you a new one. I'll talk to my buddies and see what I can find out. See what kind of inventory we have. But until next time, guys, I'm going to cut this off. Thanks for taking the time to tune in and watch. It was really slow at the beginning, but I didn't announce this whatsoever. It was kind of off the cuff because I got so much new stuff and I had to talk to you guys about it. If you have any questions, like the strap button thing, if you want me to showcase that, because I'm going to be doing that on this yellow Kramer over here. Just